It's too bad you can't see the thermometer on this screen. It's going to be 105 today. It's probably already close to 95 degrees outside. It's 8:32 a.m. on the 2nd of July 2018. We're on our way to a client's home who has an older home, and the doorways, the jambs in the doorways are not 11/16 of an inch thick. They're 3/4 of an inch thick, and instead of them being the normal 4.5 inches wide, they are closer to 6.5 inches wide. So what we're going to have to do is, we got a door, the top hinge on it is busted out. We tried using longer screws to hold it in place temporarily just to get the guy by a few days. There's nothing back there for these screws to catch onto. So today we're going to take out the hinge side of the jamb and build a custom one in there. Route out the hinges. And then we're going to rehang the door on the new hinge side jamb. Now, I've looked on YouTube to see if anybody else was showing how to do this, and everybody is changing out the striker side of the jamb on every video that I came across. So I think this is a great opportunity to share with you a video on how to change out the jamb on a hinge side. Now, I do want to tell you that every one of these doorways could be slightly different. If it's a new doorway, it's a new door on a pre-hung jamb, the hinge side as well as the striker side have a notch at the top of them where they fit next to the top jamb. They kind of seat in each other, almost like a dado cut. I don't think that's the case with this door. I think this door is probably built using just 3 pieces of square stock wood. However, we will find out once we get it apart. Anyway, without further ado, I am going to roll my intro, and then we'll get right on this door. Okay, so here we are on scene. This is all busted out of here, as you can see. This jamb is much wider. Okay, so all the trim is off. We're down to just the jamb here. 78.5 inches from right there to down into the floor. Hopefully this jamb is 3/4 of an inch thick, which it is. That's a good thing, because we don't have nothing to plane it down with. Then we'll put it back together, get some paint on it. Keep watching, this gets good. There is no air conditioning in this house, and it's 105 outside. Here, look at this. How many friggin' nails they have in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 huge nails holding that top of that head. We'll get the nail puller and we'll get them out of there. I had to cut the jamb in half because it was buried down there and buried up here. So we're gonna have to rip down the width, but let's get the height right. 78.5. Measure it twice, cut once. What I always do is I put the pencil on the line, bring the square to it, and then draw my line. This way you're right on the line with your pencil mark. Now let's cut that cut. Just like so. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to take like a combination square, like one of these. You want to sit it, you want to adjust it so that it, here, let me set it first and I'll show you. So that it rides along the edge here and is at the right depth for the hinge. That is the depth of the hinge. And you want to tighten it down. Now, I already measured this from inside. From the floor to the bottom of this hinge is 11 inches. I don't know if you can see this little mark right here. Can you see that little indent? That mark represents where the hinge goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark where the bottom of the hinge is, right here. And this is also the depth of the hinge. So if we take this hinge, sit it on this line and that line to mark the depth and the height, and we trace it out. That's where the hinge will sit. Right in there like that. I only drew these circles so that you could see how it was set up. We actually have to router this out, the thickness of this hinge. The next hinge, from the bottom of this one to the bottom of the next one, is 55 1/8. 55 1/16. 16th is right here. So again, we make our mark here, which is where the hinge is going to go, and this is the depth. We're going to sit this hinge on both lines. That's right. Now we got to router it out. I'll show you how to do that. You want to take your router, you want to sit your hinge on it, and you want to adjust it so that the blade comes out the same thickness as the hinge. No deeper, same thickness, just like that. And lock your router in place. You want to make sure this is nice on a nice firm spot so it's not going to move on you. And you want to take your time, and you want to just move to the right with your router. Once you get the majority of the wood out, you're going to have to use a chisel. And it fits like a glove. That's what you want. Never drive your nails all the way in until you're good and ready to make sure it's right. Truth. There it is. Somebody hacked the heck out of the top of this door. Sure. After you know it works, then drive your nails. hot in this house. The door's done. I'm gonna go downstairs, get some caulk it up, wait 20 minutes for it to dry, and then I'm gonna throw some paint on the new wood that we put in there. The Jamb. Touch up some of this other stuff over here. That looks nice. I'm gonna get out of here. Be right back. I really do like to have you test it. Wow, somebody hacked that, huh? Holy mackerel. Is that to keep it from scratching?
Yeah.
I think it's tacked enough, I can show you.
All right.
Go ahead and just close the door so you get a feel for it. And there you go.
Great.
So the door job is done. The jamb has been replaced. It's all painted, as you can see, and the client is extremely happy with the work that he received. He was so happy that he has now offered us the opportunity to give him a price on rebuilding his deck. He was under the impression that his deck was not in good shape and needed new joists underneath of it. I took a look at it. All the joists looked like they were in pristine condition, and the only thing I saw wrong was the fact that the deck boards on top were smushed right together, so anytime it rained or it got wet from snow or anything, it had no way to melt and drip down between it. Everything would just fester there, and it rotted away, a lot of them. Fortunately, all the joists are in great shape. They use 2x10 construction. They put plenty of support under there with 6x6s, and I got nothing bad to say about the deck other than the top needs to be replaced. So they're going to figure out what they want to do. They might want to shorten the deck, make it smaller. Right now it's like 1,200 square feet. It wraps around the entire house, and then they're going to give me a call and let me know what they decide they want for a deck, and I'll figure out what it's going to cost to rip off the old lumber and put on some probably composite material. This way they never have to mess with it again. He did seem to like the idea of using composite as opposed to putting wood back, and he told me he didn't mind paying extra for the composite because that stuff is a little expensive. So that's the price we're going to give them unless they decide they want to do something different. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching. I invite you to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the little bell after you subscribe if you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video.